What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I am the BA Tutor, and on this channel I talk all things in the world of business analysts. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you have not done so. It does help the channel out a lot, and make sure to go ahead and turn on my post notifications. So with that being said, in today's video we're going to be talking about BA Business Analyst day-to-day tasks. So this was a video that was requested by a lot of you guys that wanted to know what are some of the day-to-day tasks that a business analyst does on any given day, right? What could a BA be doing? So I'm going to be breaking that down for you guys on the whiteboard behind me. So let's get started. So this is going to be a little similar to another video I've made where I talk about, a day in the life of a business analyst, but I will be giving you guys a different perspective as well and a little bit more detail in this one, okay? So if you're interested, check that out. Also, I've got full BA training, so for high level and also a more detailed level for you guys interested in becoming BA. So go ahead and click the link down below for my training. I have it available. It is going to be in the description. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So day-to-day for a BA, it's going to depend a lot on where in the project you are. That's going to be the biggest thing. So number one thing is where in the project are you, and you being, of course, the BA, right? So where in the project are you? And why that's important is because this will determine the day-to-day tasks. So if you're at the beginning of a project, chances are you are going to be involved in a lot more meetings and slash discussions to talk about the project, to get up to speed on the project, to meet with the other folks on the project, right? So you're going to be in a lot of these meetings. But let's say you are at the end of a project. Well, you have less meetings and you probably have more emails to make sure everything is going right, to be able to talk with the other members on the team, to be able to communicate, because again, at the end of the project you want to make sure everything's going right, everything's going to be deployed properly. And if you're in the middle of the project, it could be somewhere in between. So a lot of this is going to depend on where in the project are you, okay? And so that is why when we talk about day-to-day tasks, no day is really going to be the same, because you are going to be at different points in different projects. So let's say you've got 2 or 3 projects. Well, it's going to be rare that you will be in the same exact spot for every single project. You could be further along in one and behind in the other. But for the most part, depending on where you're on the project, that will determine your day-to-day. So meetings, when I talk about meetings, what kind of meetings am I talking about, right? So you could have various different types of meetings, right? If you're at the beginning of the project, you can have kickoff meetings. Okay, so I'm just going to say kickoff meetings here. So at the beginning of the project, you can have kickoff meetings. In the middle of the project, once everything's flowing well and you're along, you could have grooming sessions, right? Where you are grooming your stories. And again, stories are user stories. Again, if you are not familiar with that, check out my other videos, check out my training. But, if you're in the middle of a project, you could be doing grooming sessions. You could be doing discovery meetings, right? You could be doing that. There's planning meetings, so sprint planning. So again, some of these could overlap with a PM as well as a BA, but for the most part, these are the type of meetings you would expect to be in, right, as a business analyst. And again, they differ in where in the project you are. When we're talking about emails, who are we talking about emailing to? Well, as a BA, you are going to be lock and step, hand in hand with most likely the PM on your project, right, the project manager, and most likely the developers on your team. So once the business analyst, you have handed over your requirements, your stories to the developers, they may have questions and they will email you those questions. And so you're going to be in contact with them a lot. The PM, obviously you guys are going to be hand in hand to just make sure everything is aligned. So a lot of the emails will revolve around that. Now, that's not the only one. There could be the architects on the project, the sponsors, the stakeholders. So again, there could be a lot more, but I've put these here because, you know, they're usually the most important. Okay. And then to the biggest point here of what a BA does that you could also be doing on a day-to-day task. Again, it still depends on where in the project you are, but obviously documentation, right? Writing requirements, that's what a business analyst does. So just say requirements here. So you could be doing this a lot of the time as well. So depending on obviously the methodology, again, if you're not familiar with that, check out my other videos, check out my training, BRD, FRD, you could be doing those, you could be doing stories. But for the most part, that is the main, you know, objective as a BA, right? You're writing requirements. So that is another thing you could be doing. So overall, when we're talking about a day-to-day task for a business analyst, it is more than likely 90% of the time going to fall in the realm of these things, right? You could obviously have other company meetings as well, but when we're just talking about the role of the BA, where in the project will determine the type of work that you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, and it will determine the type of meetings, the type of discussions, the type of emails, and the folks that you email as well, right? So all of these things will be dependent on where in the project you are, beginning, middle, end, somewhere else. So hopefully that helps clear things up on a day-to-day task for what a business analyst does. If it does, please make sure, if you guys enjoyed it, like this video, and please make sure to subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.